Hey guys, it's Michelle, and today's video is going to be really fucking different than what I thought it was going to be today's video. I mean, I already filmed my video for today that I was going to post. It's a conspiracy theory. It'll be up tomorrow, but I just got news of something that happened to Shane Dawson that just really fucking pissed me off, that I felt the need to make a video about it, to be honest, because I've been thinking about this topic for a while, and I feel like at this point it just needs to be addressed. It's gonna be more of a chill video. I don't have a script or like that much of a plan of what I'm gonna say, so sorry if I just am rambling a bit, but Shane Dawson just was at a military party that he was invited to. If you saw his Snapchat, I'll put it here.
Hey, why don't you guys say your fucking name? Kicked us out because we're not straight. Because we're not straight. Why don't you say our name? Why don't you say our fucking name? Hey guys, these motherfuckers just kicked us out because we're not straight. They fucking broke my leg. And these fucking assholes are not trying to arrest us.
You're not on the list. You're in a project. You're not welcome.
We were on the list!
You have every right to throw anybody out.
He said, like, I was on the list, I'm on the list, and like basically I don't know, like we don't know the full details yet because this basically happened an hour ago that he was posting about it, so I don't know everything that happened. Shane kicked out for not being straight. I think he was with his boyfriend Ryland. I'm not actually sure because, like I said, we don't really know much about what happened, but we know that they got kicked out and they're being like questioned by the police, and something happened to Shane's leg in the process that he thinks it is broken or almost broken or something of the sorts. I don't want to just do a whole video talking about this, but this sparked the fire in me to talk about this topic and to talk about Donald Trump and being president. And I'm not saying this happened because Donald Trump is president, because this bitch still exists regardless of the fact that Trump is president, regardless of the fact that Hillary wasn't elected. Like, if Hillary were elected, or if fucking Bernie Sanders were elected, if fucking Oprah was elected, this could have still happened. I'm not saying it's because of that. What bothers me about Trump being elected as president, I've never really talked about it before. I mean, I always say, like, fuck Donald Trump, I hate Trump. I just think, like, what the world needs now is just fucking love. Stuff like this happens every day, and to be honest, when Obama was president, for the last, I would say, like 3 to 4 years of his presidency, I feel like things were actually starting to change with social issues. Like, obviously Obama did shit in the beginning and throughout his presidency for the actual country, despite what Republicans will tell you. In the last 4 years, like, legalized gay marriage. He basically, speaking about LGBTQ plus rights in general was just a huge movement, but to actually legalize gay marriage and just start the ball rolling, basically like getting shit done for the LGBTQ plus community, which honestly was so amazing. I'll never forget the day that I found out gay marriage was legalized. It was before I was ever like out of the closet or anything, and before I even knew I was like bisexual. Well, not before I knew, but before like I like admitted to myself, if that makes sense. I don't really know, but I mean, everyone's experience coming out and stuff is different, but I felt like it just truly started to change. Like, I was like, wow, like this world is starting to get better. We're starting to get less hatred in the world. Like, obviously there's still a ton of shit that we have to go through and a ton of shit going on. Like, it's a slow road, but like, you know, we were making progress. And to be honest, when Trump was elected president, it felt like we were going 2 steps back. Well, you might think, or like if you're a Trump supporter, most of the reasoning behind a lot of people who, and I'm not saying everybody who supports Trump is an asshole or everyone who voted for Trump is an asshole. Actually, I will say everyone who supports Trump is an asshole. Because if you actually support this man, there's a difference for me between supporting somebody and between voting for them. Like, if you voted for Trump, like, I still think, once again, I just don't agree with them, but I'm not going to deliberately hate somebody for deciding to vote for Trump. I mean, I will be really upset, and it takes a lot for me to understand, not going to lie. I've had a lot of problems with my friends, not like all of my friends, don't get me wrong, just one of them in particular, who voted for Trump, and it really hurt me because it feels like a direct attack to me. It feels like a direct attack to half the country. Like, it so upset me that somebody could look past everything that he's done and said, and not only that he's done, but Pence and also their fucking supporters. They're like, and you might be like, oh, there's like radical Hillary supporters that are like blowing shit up, and fucking, I get that too. Like, trust me, I get it. But I'm saying these people, what they believe in their hearts is just so sad and fucked up to me. So there's a difference between somebody who's going to vote for Trump. I have family members who voted for Trump for reasoning beyond me, basically, some of them uneducated. Other than that, they've said, oh, I just want change, I think he'll bring jobs into the world, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like anybody who actually supports Trump, if you have a fucking Trump hat, if you have a damn Trump shirt, if you have a fucking sign in your front yard, that's fucked up. How could you as a person agree with everything or even half the stuff that this man says? Like, he is actually just, it just blows my mind how much is going to change with his presidency. And a lot of people are be like, oh, like, fucking leftists are just so dramatic and shit. But like, is it really dramatic though? And you might be like, oh, he's just like the president. I mean, not just the president, but he's one person. Like, you know what I mean? Him and Pence are two people. Like, they're two people who are just, you know, in charge. But it's not really Pence or Trump that scares me. It's the people who have bubbled to the surface that now have a voice. So, I mean, these people, racist people, homophobic people, transphobic, xenophobic, pretty much have existed from the beginning of time. These people have existed. And it sucks, but when Obama was president, it felt like we had a chance to overcome these people and to, like, not necessarily change their mind, but to be like, look, this is the way it's happening. We are evolving as a country. We are evolving as people. Like, be on board. You could be fucking mad, but like, you don't really have a say. Like, they have a say and like they're entitled to their own opinions, but they don't have a say in like the hatred and fairness of like not legalizing gay marriage or like, or making abortions illegal. Like, they didn't have these says because right now we had Obama as president, who is somebody who is on our side, which is like more than half the country, despite the outcome of the election. Obviously, you guys know Hillary won the popular vote, so it's more than half the country that wanted Hillary to be president. Besides the point, it's the people that bubble to the surface. They now have a voice. People that are hating, these people that are unfair, these people that just don't understand. It really fucks me up. And I got in a Facebook fight, which is so petty, but honestly, I couldn't let it pass. Like, I couldn't. And one of my old friends, who I was really close friends with, posted, well, reposted, like, shared a video of how Oxford, like, the school, started to use pronouns that complement gender fluid people, like Z, like those pronouns, like, that complement gender fluid people and or non-binary people. And she like added to it and said like, oh, 0.3% of the population is transgender. Why do we need to all change to like help 0.3 of the population, blah blah blah, like, or to appease whatever. And this fucking hurt me because it's just so fucked up that somebody could think like that. First of all, to say a fucking word is really that hard for you. Like, is it, like, are you dumb? And people will jump to say, and like people were actually jumping down my throat to say like, oh, it's like being transgender, which by the way, the video wasn't about being transgender, but they kept bringing up transgender. It was about non-binary, but which is a completely different thing from being transgender. I don't know why these people are like dumb, but whatever. And these people kept saying to me like, oh, you're just like, if you think like that, if you think you're transgender, then you obviously, like, we know it's a mental illness, like it's ruled as a mental illness. And it sucks that when somebody's different from you, the first thing that you go to say is that they have a mental illness. I don't know how like people can register this into their minds. I honestly, this sounds so dumb, but I feel like I grew up well because like I was raised well. Obviously my parents are fucking awesome, but honestly 98% of like the reason that I'm so liberal and I'm the way that I am is because I grew up watching a show called Degrassi. This This sounds so stupid, but it's so fucking true. And they had all kinds of different characters in it, from transgender people to gay people to everywhere pretty much under the LGBTQ plus spectrum. They had people of different races, everybody. Like, pretty much it was like a show where everyone was included. So I felt like I grew up around this and understanding what it was like to be different. I'm not saying every Republican is bad either, by the way. I don't know, not every Republican is a terrible human being. Past the point of politics at this point, and I feel like all these hate crimes are like not gonna stop happening. Like what happened to Shane Dawson tonight, or last night when you're watching this, was deliberately a hate crime. And that's not fucking okay. Like, it's just not okay. And it sucks that these people like this have power now. Like, they have Trump in power, who wants to appease the people who voted for him, which the majority of the people who did want all of these super conservative things that we worked so hard to be against. We worked so hard to get LGBT rights. We worked so hard to get towards somewhere where racism was becoming less and less. And now it's literally a step fucking backwards. And that sounds dramatic. A lot of people are like, oh my god, like, leftist, feminist, bitch, what the fuck? But it's true, like, we are going a step backwards. And not only that for that, but fucking women's rights. Like, Trump, and I mean, this might get hate because obviously nothing is proven. But, you know, Donald Trump is pretty much known, speculated for being, for sexually abusing multiple women. And I wouldn't put it past him the way that he talked about women when he apologized for it. He claimed it was just locker room banter, which basically means he's saying men can talk like this if they're just talking to one of their buddies. But that's not fucking cool. And you can tell me I'm like a social justice warrior, and I don't even give a shit, to be honest. I don't fucking care. Not that, it's just that if we're allowing somebody who talks like this or talked like this and said to grab women by their pussies to be in the highest power of the United States, to be the fucking president, I don't know. Like, I just don't know what's next. That's what's scary, is like, what is next? And, you know, tonight just, I don't know, it just set me into stone that I just felt like I needed to make a video about it. And I mean, I've been thinking about it for a while, ever since, like I said, I had that fucking Facebook fight, which is just stupid. But I just, sometimes I'll get so emotional and I cry a lot about social issues and stuff because I just can't understand how people can think like that. And it's not even like, I feel like it's not like we're not even like asking for much. We're just asking for like love and to be accepted and for peace. That's scary for us, that this is gonna be our lives for the next 4 years, is to like live in fear again. And you might say like, oh, the radical, like, because like that's the comeback they always use, is like radical Hillary supporters lighting shit on fire. And yeah, obviously that's fucking wrong. You shouldn't kill people, you shouldn't light shit on fire, you shouldn't go destroy shit, you shouldn't protest not peacefully. But I don't think there's anything wrong with protesting peacefully. I think the Women's March was amazing. It's probably the biggest protest that's happened in a long fucking time. Because, and somebody said the pro-life protest is more, but I looked that shit up and bitch, you're fucking wrong. You don't have to do everything that somebody else is doing, and you don't have to get mad at somebody for just doing something that you don't agree with. Like, you can disagree, but that doesn't mean you should take the right away. And this goes the same with gay marriage. Like, you're not getting gay married, so why the fuck do you give a shit? Like, why? If you think that's wrong, then like go fuck yourself, because like who are you to say that's wrong? After tonight I just felt the need to talk about it, and it's kind of, sorry this video is like so jumbled up, and I mean it's not necessarily relating to Trump, it's just relating to the fact that people like the bitch who abused Shane verbally, emotionally, and whatever, and also someone broke his leg, so I don't know, I doubt it was that bitch, but it's probably someone else there. These people like that have a voice now, and it's because the country elected Trump to be president, and it fucking sucks. But I mean, we're just gonna have to get through it the next 4 years. Hopefully things will change back to the way that they were. It just sucks to feel like we're going in reverse, But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I really needed to talk about it because, I don't know, this act of hate just killed me to see. Especially because I really care about Shane. I think he's a really good person, and I think he, I don't know, it really hurts to see hate crimes happening every day, and I know it happens all the time, and that's what hurts, and that's what really, really sucks, and especially because, like I said, they now have a voice, and the voice is Trump. The voice is that they got what they wanted as president. I guarantee you, all the people that are hating towards LGBT, people of color, pretty much anything, people of other religions, Muslims, everything, I would guarantee you the people that hate them or perform hate crimes towards them are people that voted for Trump. So, I don't know. I hope you don't fucking hate on me for this video, but I don't really care if you do. I mean, I care to an extent. I don't want to be like filled with hate comments, but I mean, I'll always stick up for what's right, even if it's not what's popular. Like, if that makes sense, like, I'll always be for what's right. And I feel like if you're a decent human being, you know what happened tonight to Shane, or what happens every day to LGBT youth and everyone, people of color and women, is not fucking okay. And if you think that's okay, then obviously there's a problem. And I'm not saying every person who voted for Trump condones this kind of behavior. I'm saying of the people that did have a voice through Trump now. So, I don't know. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Sorry, it's a bit of a downer, probably a long video, but if you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the situation. I'm really, really upset about Shane. I hope that everything is okay with him, and I hope he can get through this emotionally, because I feel like it sucks. But I think it'll probably, I think he tweeted that it's gonna fuel the fire even more so against people who are like this and who are evil. But yeah, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, because I always post cool stuff on there. But yeah, if you guys want to check out my latest video, you can click right here and click right here to subscribe for new videos every single day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!